Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new webinar of NinjaOne. Today it's a release webinar, the 12.0 release, and it's pretty big. So we're gonna have lots of things to look at today within 1 hour. So I hope we can make the most out of it. So if everyone could drop a little hello or something like that in the chat, I would appreciate that. And I'm gonna share my screen with you also. Today we don't have lots of slides, so the main goal is really to look at our wonderful release that is pretty big with some product releases, so some completely new products that go into GA with this release. So yes, just to introduce myself real quick, my name is York, like the city, York in the UK, or New York, which is also a great city. And I work as product marketing manager in NinjaOne, and I'm going to be your host today. If you have any questions, technical questions, I will do my best to try to answer them from a technical perspective and also from a time perspective. But if you could write them into the Q&A section, that would make my life much easier. And let's get right into it. So I did share my screen so everyone can see that properly. So let's have a look at the agenda. So yeah, the the new product releases that we seeing actually in this 12.0 is first of all IT asset management, which is really useful for many reasons. One of them, just having complete visibility, obviously, which is always important. And then the other one is also for compliance reasons. So and this is also in combination with another really nice feature, network discovery, that we're making big progress on. So some of you might have seen this already in a beta version. So now we added this with scheduling options, which is pretty cool. So you don't need to trigger the discoveries manually every time. So IT asset management and network discovery are a great combination. They work very well together. The other one that goes into GA is billing. So we used to call it during the early access phase, we used to call it PSA. So now actually PSA is a bundle of products. And if you are an MSP, so yeah, maybe you can write it in the chat so that gives me a feeling how many MSPs we have here today. But if you are an MSP, I strongly recommend you to approach your contact people in Ninja about this, because the PSA bundle includes the billing component, the ticketing, the documentation, and also the IT asset management. So you got all that in one bundle, and you get 3 users, so 3 technicians, 3 operators, or however you want to call that. You get those for free. So this typically is very interesting because, like, just to give you an example, if you are using another documentation, the NinjaOne option might be less expensive than your documentation user that you have with IT Glue or with Hoodoo, and you get 3 other products on top of that. So I think that sounds like a pretty good deal. All right, let's move on. So SaaS backup, we have some new dashboards and some more granular permission rules for the technician roles. So we're going to have a look at that in the demo. The boot verification goes into GA, so for servers specifically. So that allows you to verify if your backups are actually working, and you get the proof with a screenshot of the logon screen. So that helps everyone to have a better night's sleep. Then some ticketing improvements also. So here, specifically, some more granular notification rules to avoid to be flooded with notifications, and also my personal favorite is follow-up reminders. So you can have a new ticket and set yourself a follow-up date, and then set up automations to remind yourself. This was not possible before, and now we have it. So I think this is a small improvement, but very useful. Then we have web clips for iOS. So yeah, this is going to be a quick one. Vulnerability management, or assessment rather, we like to call it, is going into early access. So this is really exciting. Several webinars that I've done myself, I've done polls, and very often in several polls, people tend to say, what are your biggest concerns, vulnerabilities, compliance? So they're always top of the list. So I hope you guys are also excited about this vulnerability, this progress that we do in vulnerability management. Yeah, and then another one that I'm also very excited about, and I think many of you are probably as well, especially if you're already a user, is the conditions. So you can customize the color coding of policy conditions. So before 12.0, it was possible only to have yellow, basically, no matter what condition is triggered. And now you can customize that. So I think that's great news, and lots of people appreciate that. And so there's a question from Matt Sharon in 12.0. Can you filter ticketing forms so only specific clients, orgs can access them? Yeah, I mean, you have the granular. So I haven't tried that out myself. I mean, it's not on the release list. I mean, in the technician role access management, role-based access management, you can. I think you probably know this yourself. You can set the rules for per organization for ticketing. Not sure myself if that includes also forms. Yeah, we should try this out. Yeah. 1 second. So now I'm going to change my screens, and we're already jumping into the solution, into our platform. So everyone should see my NinjaOne dashboard now. A little message in the chat would be appreciated. I'm sure I don't share my banking accounts here. Yeah, so we start off in our program with IT asset management. So one thing that is, I mean, it's not brand new, but I think it's super convenient. So no matter where you are in NinjaOne, you can always use these 4 tiles in the top right, and you have access to all the apps. So here we have, for example, view all apps. So this brings me directly into the administration navigation pane and into the apps. So here we can browse. So here, first of all, I can obviously add and enable all the features. So in my demo environment, I have basically enabled everything that's out there. You might need to enable it. And yeah, if you can see it, then maybe you are from North America. So the North American release has been postponed to now target date March 11. So yeah, not sure if maybe there are some people from the US here. Yeah, but we go into asset management. So you enable that. Here you have the core fields, obviously, which are important. You have which you can work with these ID prefixes, ID suffixes. You can define like a sequence number for your asset IDs. This question already has come up on other meetings that I have. Unfortunately, you cannot use this as a variable. So if you set a prefix here, this will be across the entire organization. However, if you're an MSP and you want to have individual coding or individual asset IDs and sequences, then you could do it through the API. So it's possible to set all this information, what we see here, through an API. So you can create, for example, an unmanaged device through the API and set all these fields. Yeah, then obviously the big thing about asset management are the unmanaged devices. So this is a totally new category in NinjaOne that we didn't have, since until quite recently. I mean, we are always in an agile mode for development. So some of you might have seen this already. So was able to activate the unmanaged devices before 12.0. But yeah, now we release it. So for us, it's now the official GA release for this module. And what you can do is you have the pre-configured options for which are very typical and which are based on our own experience as well. But you can obviously create as many of those as you want. So here, this is not a pre-configured one. This is some random example. Yeah, these are pre-configured ones, very typical computer peripherals. But you can always import, of course, and you can also manually create and add your own by going here through the add device option. So here you can also choose the import option, or let's have a look at the manual creation. So here we can see I choose my customer, I choose the location, warranty date, assigned user, the status, right, and so on. And one important thing, which is actually really, really useful, because this allows you to really do asset lifecycle management. You can tie unmanaged devices already to policies and so on. So once they get converted into a fully Ninja agent, to a full Ninja agent and so on, they will be connected so all the information will be still available and so on, and they will be just converted. And the important information that you need for this are actually the serial number or the device name, like in the about me info, the device name or the serial number. These are the identifiers. And then you can also add it and define the policy and so on. So we're going to have a look at that in a bit. Because what option does this give you? This gives you the option to stage devices. So this means, they are in an unmanaged role in NinjaOne. And they start their life cycle, they were purchased, and then maybe they are delivered in 2 weeks or whatever, or there could be different reasons. And then you already have them as an entry, and then you can convert them, and you can also decommission them at the end of the life cycle. And then you still have the data entry in NinjaOne. And yeah, you have full visibility even about devices that are not in use anymore. Sometimes for compliance reasons, this can be useful. Yeah, and this is also very useful. So we're gonna look at one of those devices. Where are my favorites? So here I have a staged device. So this is a device where I don't have the full Ninja agent installed. However, I have here already the policy that will be applied once this device is converted into a fully managed device. Yeah, of course, the entire IT asset management is also built on our custom field system. So you can add whatever custom field or whatever you need to track in terms of information in these unmanaged devices. And the nice thing, if you're an MSP, so you can have all this information. You can combine this with Quick Connect, and then, for example, yeah, use Quick Connect to like help that person that is not on a fully managed that is not on a full managed service agreement. And whenever the customer signs up for your managed services, you could also use actually Quick Connect in this case then to deploy the RMM agent. And if then everything is set up correctly and the data is correct with the serial number or the device name, then this will be also linked to the unmanaged device that you had before in a staged status. So here, this is very useful from that perspective for MSPs specifically. And the next stage in the life cycle, or the last stage, would be then commissioning. So maybe this is something that you can select up here and edit the decommission device, and then it goes into this state. So here I have a couple of examples. So basically, you have a snapshot of the data that you have since the last agent contact. And what is important to keep in mind here is that this you cannot reverse this. So attention, if you decommission a device, you cannot recommission it. So you could just delete this unmanaged device here and then redeploy a new agent. Yeah. So this is, I think, just an important info to keep in mind. And yeah, other than that, you always, you have all the information. You have also an activity log, both for stage devices and for the decommissioned devices. So everything is tracked. And if it's a decommissioned device, technically, if you need to, for whatever reason, you can still add or track information in custom fields, etc. And yeah, obviously changes will be also tracked in the activity feed here, and everything can be tracked, and you have full understanding what has happened before and after the decommissioning. Yeah, this is the lifecycle asset management. If you want to search for these devices, there's a little tricky thing. They are not considered to be unmanaged devices in this sense here. So these are just the unmanaged devices that have been unmanaged from the get-go, that didn't go through this life cycle. But you can filter for these staged and decommissioned devices through this extra filter here. So where is it? There it is. So here you can say, oh, I want to see all my decommissioned devices or all my staged devices, etc. And then obviously, as you saw me doing before, I for example, save them as groups, and here I put them into my favorites. I can quickly find them. So this could be, especially for the staged devices, I think this could be an interesting group to use in your daily workflow. Yeah, and the next thing we want to look at here, this is actually also, 1 second. Yeah, the next important part of asset management is the asset relations. So asset relations is, if we go here again, back into the management, is here this tab where there is a couple out of the box, but you can create whatever relation you need. This can be reciprocal or a one-way relationship. And then this allows you to tie actually unmanaged devices to a certain user or to a device or both. And then you know at any time, perfectly which devices belong to which user. So let's take an example. So here in my favorites, I also have here Grant. So this is a device, right? So this is actually not a user, but it's a device. And I have my asset my fields, my asset fields that we saw in the beginning. I have my asset relations. So here I can see, okay, here this mouse is in use, this keyboard, this monitor, etc. And this is actually this device is used by the end user Grant Davis. And technically, like these devices are not discovered directly and linked to this person, but this is something that could be scripted and automated through the API. But for example, the creation of these end users, this is something that can be fully automated if you use identity providers like Okta or Entra or whatever other provider. Duo is also one provider that is quite common for our customers. And then you can really set up this workflow to synchronize end users based on Entra ID, for example. In NinjaOne, you can do the same thing for technician accounts. And then, I mean, technically in the onboarding process, you could set up an automation that once a new person is added, a new device is added, a script is run to detect and add these peripherals. I mean, this is, I would say, something for advanced users, probably. But as you can imagine, this is our first version of this IT asset management, and I'm very confident that we will also make this fully automated further down the line. So here's a question: is the warranty information manual at the moment? Yeah, so this warranty information would be added manually or via automation through the API. So this is not recognized by default. We do have the warranty management piece, Peter. So this is our little sub feature of ITAM, if you want to, where we have this automated discovery of server warranties for HP, Dell, Fujitsu, etc., Lenovo, and what was the last one? Well, it escapes my mind. Yeah, there were 5 standard brands, and Ninja will fully like automatically manage these warranties. But the other warranties at the moment, this is something that you either need to build the automation or you have to add it manually. Yeah. Yeah, we can see that these links are here reciprocal. I mean, we set them up here in that way. So I have the end user overview. I have the little ticketing overview. Are there any tickets related to that? And here I can also see the different devices. And I can see this user has access to this specific device, etc. So yeah, I think very useful, gives you tons of Toshiba. Thanks, Alex. Toshiba was the one I forgot. And then yeah, this is the relations. The next one is the license management, important third pillar of the ITAM tool. This is basically here. You can find it here on the navigation panel as well. This is yeah, you can add them from here. The different discovery mechanisms per device automatically, per device manually, per end user automatically, or per end user manually. So here, yeah, one major discovery mode is obviously the software inventory in NinjaOne. You can also define like your own assignment rules. You can limit the scope here to specific organizations, locations, etc. And then you can also define assignment rules. For example, if we go here into Zoom, we can go into assignments. Oh, 1 second. So here we need to go into the settings here actually, assignments. Yeah, we can go by device group, has Zoom installed could be one option. Here, filter by specific software. So this taps directly into the software inventory. And then here, normalized name. So this is something which actually now we have this AI engine for the vulnerability management, and I think we will tap into this to have like this kind of AI powered search to just type in a name and find it like that, and match it like that. But I think this comes in 13.0 if I understood the product manager correctly. Yes. So this is the license management. Then now let's go into the billing part. This is the other big product. So this is, I think, mostly interesting, or maybe that's not fully justified to say that, but I think it's, of course, the target group are small and medium-sized MSPs. However, if you are an internal IT department, then you could also use this to track costs, for example, in a way, kind of as a cost center mechanism. But yeah, the main target group now for this release still remain MSPs, I would say. And we can directly here navigate into our app. We have it enabled, so we can find it quickly here. And everything hinges on these agreements, right? So here you have a list of products that are currently active or inactive or whatever. And here you can put anything you want. So this is really configurable, and these products are then bundled together into these agreement templates that you can then apply to organizations. So these would be your clients, the organizations. And here for my demo today, I created this little example here. So I call it here managed services with detailed invoice information. I rather should put it that way. And here the idea is to actually be quite granular in my managed service agreement. And 1 second. Be quite granular in my managed service agreement and show like lots of line items on my invoice. So here, obviously, I put my standard information, the billing interval, like what day of the month it's created, etc. Does it take any ticketing or just a specific status? What's the due date? Here, this is for the block time feature, interesting. So if you use like retainers block time, you can toggle that button here, and then like the discounted, or how do you say that, the time that is like used over the course of the month, like every action will be displayed specifically on the invoices. And then there are basically two major ways of billing here, of automated billing. So we can start here with time entries. And this is a template, but I would then go ahead and obviously apply this template or to a customer. And then it will always, every time, for example, I do a ticket working for that customer, like it goes here through the list and it matches with whatever it finds first, right? And then this will be recorded for the invoice. So we have, and the idea is to have all the different products here that you potentially could use, even if they're not used at all during a month, that just sit here and wait basically until they are detected, until they are used. So for example, I have a managed service agreement. So this time entry product here is normal hours and remote. This is here my price that is billed. This is my cost, $75. This is taxable, billable. I have no multipliers. Then since it's part of my managed service agreement, this is unlimited during the regular business hours. I basically rounded up to 15 minutes. So to pieces or intervals of 15 minutes, always rounded up. And this applies to all technicians, so it doesn't matter who does it. So this is just for everyone, standard service support. Then you can have another one, for example, which is also unlimited. That would be here. Scheduled visits, right? So here I have normal hours on site. Here I do have a multiplier. So for on site is a 1.5 multiplier. Here also unlimited, also rounded up to 15 minutes and applies to everyone basically. There's a question if we assign. There's a question from Jack. If we assign assets to users, does it show an activity? Yes, absolutely. So this doesn't absolutely shows up in the activity feed. Yeah. And Jack, also you can also filter activities historically going back 3 months. So you cannot go back years at the moment, but you could filter through the activities for 3 months. Yeah. Or you just do a API call and then you can filter through years. Or you can filter through 10 years if you want to. Sorry. Yeah, another example is here out of hours. So here same. So I'm not gonna walk through everything in detail. So I think you get the idea. The other one here is device counts. I think that's a major one. And this is something that causes sometimes a bit of confusion, is here this matching logic. So we have here match first and match all. So now I call this, I want to have a detailed invoice. So basically now the logic for a customer goes through all these items here and matches everything and shows everything on the invoice. So this is when I want to, for example, be explicit. The base monitoring of a device costs €6. The OS patching of a device, and here you can see also this is obviously filtered by device groups in this sense. So here we has OS patching available. Here for third party has third party patching available, etc. And then here CrowdStrike would be has CrowdStrike installed. So all here working with groups. And you could use this logic here, then it would just fit one. And this is interesting if you want to be less explicit. You just have a product that says device monitoring, full device monitoring. That's it. Let's say full device management, full server management. And then if it's a device, if it's a workstation, Linux, Mac, or Windows, then it would be the first one. If it's a server, Linux, Mac, or Windows, then it's the second one. Then you have less detail. So this is basically what these matching rules are for. And yeah, let's close this now, and we are now applying this template. We are applying this template now to a customer. I'm going to apply this. I'm going to say here 1st of March. I'm going to apply this here to my snowboard rental. And invoice generation is automatic on the due date. So yeah, I keep everything. I'm not going to change anything here. So I'm going to keep that quick. So I apply that now to the customer. And now if I go back into my dashboard, I should find this here in my customer and finance agreements. And actually now, this is actually not the default. So I want to apply this as the default now. So I toggle that and I set it as my default. And now I can preview this, for example. So here we can see, okay, yeah, it's not a big customer, $211. But yeah, like in German we use this expression, small pigs, they also produce, how do you say? I forgot the English word. Small pigs also produce waste. Let's call it that way. But anyways, this is my small customer here. I think there is a German listener, and I applied this now. I can show you quickly how you can use this through the ticketing, or how it works together with the ticketing. So I can create a ticket, and let's and here you can see by default, obviously here my snowboard rental managed service agreement is applied, and this is, for example, maybe uh, a very urgent or whatever. So here, this is how it's applied, and then how it's counted. I forgot to apply here the 10 hours. So the idea is I could apply here 10 hours. So maybe I can do it real quick. So I'm gonna apply now the 10 hours that I want to allocate to this customer. Is here in my time entry products. This is something that can be forgotten. So we want them to start, obviously, I forgot this in the initial configuration. We want them to start with 10 hours, so they have 10 hours included, but we also want to start, obviously, they're not starting with 0 hours, but they start with 10 hours. So something that needs to be paid attention to for the PSA, for the billing. And now if I go back into my new ticket, let's go here into we're gonna create a new ticket for the snowboard rental customer. And now we should be able, yeah, now we see here the 10 hours. So for the emergency, I give them, let's say this is not part of my managed service. So here I can be super granular, and I think this is cool about the Ninja PSA as it is now. So I can have like the recurring, fully automated build devices. Then I can also use this block time feature. So for example, for emergency jobs, so I'm gonna emergency super urgent job. So I can like combine these. I can obviously, if I'm like a full break fix MSP, I could also work my way here with an agreement. So that will also work, obviously. Or I can combine it, fully managed service with block time. So I think that's cool to have this flexibility. And now I'm gonna say, okay, I need 2 hours for this super urgent job. I'm gonna save this. And now if I go back here into my clients, so I can use the setting and make it appear on my I actually need to I need to make sure that I toggle this button, and then every like if the customer wants to know like in my block time in my 10-hour block, how was it used specifically? So this is a way how to show specifically every task that you can that you add. So here now we have the super urgent job here on the invoice. And yeah, this is obviously for free because it's there's still enough time. But obviously, once the time is over, the 10 hours are over, then it will be billed. Yes. So one very useful quick thing for the billing is let's see, what is it? Finance is now this dashboard here where you have like the estimated profit. You can drill down here by agreement. You can be here very very specific, etc. And yeah, and analyze the data. Sorry. Here in the insights by organization, sorry, that way. And then you see like here your profitability, you see the profitability by product, etc., time period. So this allows you really to drill deep into the data and see, where you're doing well and what customer is not doing so well. Okay, I need to move on to the next topic is asset discovery. I'm super excited about this feature. So we've been waiting for this for many years, I can say. You create a job here, and you can put in an IP address or a IP address range. That makes more sense, maybe. And so on. And the nice thing really is that you can I forget the location. The probe. Yeah, of course you need to choose a probe that you can schedule this now. So with 11.0, if you guys were following this, it was not possible to schedule that. So it was just a ad hoc discovery that you were able to run. Now you can schedule this. So this is super cool. And then it runs in the background. If you're an MSP, you're always sure that you see whenever your customer has a new device. If you are an internal IT department, also very useful. For example, when maybe employees start to bring all kinds of devices to the office and start using all kinds of devices that you don't know about, which could be used as rogue devices. So you always have this full visibility on that. So that's super cool. Same thing goes also for Intune. So we have this wonderful Intune integration now. This got much better with the recent release. So here you have the same scheduling option. So you can run ad hoc, but you can also now define a custom schedule. So every hour or every other day, whatever you need here. And this is also super cool. So network discovery and Intune discovery. And obviously Intune will give you also the serial number. So this ties back again to the IT asset management. This allows you, you can automatically directly deploy, or you can also not deploy automatically. So if you want to have it in a staged version first, then you just don't toggle that box here, or you deploy directly. Whatever works best for you. And of course, if we go back into the dashboard, we have this overview here on the discovered devices. And we can here, for example, also see for Intune specifically that here I have a device that has been discovered by Intune. So I could also, like, if I want to have them all, I'm just filtering out my deployable devices discovered by Intune, and then boom, with one click, convert them into a stage device, basically, right? So I think that's super cool. Or you can have them deployed automatically. So this is up to everyone then. Yes. So this is the network discovery. And yeah, we've seen that. Now let's have a look at the SaaS backup. So here, what is So this is the general dashboard. What has been improved now is this capability to actually see like was this the wrong organization? Oh no, it's the wrong organization, sorry. To see like very detailed information that used to be not visible in NinjaOne. And this is yeah, makes the SaaS backup just much more user friendly. It's much more our philosophy of having everything on one platform. So you can see here, I have my customer Murillo Ventures email, OneDrive, contact, calendar. I have everything here. I can obviously here, yeah, click, and then it brings me automatically to the right location in my Dropsuite account, etc. I have the dashboards with improved visibility, and I have this also for Microsoft and also for Google Workspace. So the same dashboard I have for Google Workspace, and then we have, when we go into administration, this is also a new feature concerning SaaS backup. We have here the technician roles, and you have the more granular management capability. So if you manage your roles, you can actually go into system now, and you will find here, SaaS backup, and you have the possibility to be more granular. So no access or support or different portals here. Yeah, so much more granularity in the Ninja role-based access management through the technician roles for SaaS backup. And now the last important, the big ones obviously were item and billing. So I spent much more time on that. Now we have a bit less time for the other features. But let's have a look at the boot verification. This is the next feature I wanted to talk about. So I will go to my favorites and here to my server. So this feature is available for servers. It is activated in the policy. So when you open up the policy, and now this is GA, so everyone should be able to see this, unless you are in North America, because then 12.0 is not out yet. So here we are in the backup. So here we see the boot verification. We toggle the box, and then we have weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly options. And then we have the possibility to look at this boot verification. The data is also available in reports. So here, and here boots. So this is an example. So I see the logon screen screenshots. I see when it was started, ended, the date, etc. If I'm a managed service provider and I want to share a report with my client, I can do this. So to reassure them, the backup has not only been done, it's actually really working. So this is a really nice feature, I think, for backup users. Yeah, ticketing. Let's go into ticketing. So what are new? We use our four tiles here again. Go into ticketing. And then what is new now is this capability to automatically assign devices to a single device user. So if you work with device assignment to users, then you can do this. All the tickets will be always routed automatically. What else? What else do we have? The other important one is the notification rules. So you have different email addresses, different notification. Generally, obviously, the ticketing generates quite a lot of notifications. So now you can be much more granular and say in what type of event for a specific email in my ticketing rules, how this will send notifications. So allow all notifications or only public comments, or do not send any system notifications at all. So this granularity allows you to control much better the flow of notifications, which makes work with the ticketing just much better in my opinion. And then this is also a very big one, is when I have a new ticket, then I can now create these reminders. So here I have a new ticket, and here I have this additional system field. So you don't need to customize anything here. You can just do this yourself. You can just use the system field here, and then set up a date, a time, and then around this follow-up time, you can also set automations to remind yourself. So to set up these automations, we go back into our configuration. We go here into time-based automations. And then what we need to do here is obviously go down to our reminder. Here it is, follow-up. So at follow-up time, before follow-up time, after follow-up time. So let's say 1 day before the follow-up, and do not repeat. This could make sense. And then you can do whatever action you want to do, add a tag, add an email, send a system notification, use an email with HTML template. So I think that's super useful, and I've heard that from a couple of clients myself that were complaining that this was not really possible in Ninja. So these are the ticketing configure automations. Now we want to go into the web clips. I'll just cover that real quick. And MDM policies for iOS. So this is now for iOS possible. It used to be possible with custom payloads, but now you can do this standard. So here a web clip basically allows you here to upload an icon, etc. And then this will appear as an app icon on the home screen of the device, and it will bring the person to that URL. And you can distribute it with the NinjaOne NDM. Again, now it's a native feature. It used to be possible without. It used to be possible with only custom payloads before 12.0. Yeah, big one. There's not so much to show in the end, but it's still huge. Is the vulnerability management. And what is super nice about here, I have this new dashboard. I can filter, etc. I have the list of my top vulnerabilities, etc. And now, what we can do now is we have, as you guys know, different sources for vulnerabilities. So the source could be NinjaOne patching. It could be an external source. So here we have Rapid7 or Tenable or whatever external vulnerability management tool that we want to use. And now you have this real-time vulnerability assessment by NinjaOne that basically is super cool in the sense that allows you to see vulnerabilities in real time You don't need to do any scans or like the traditional vulnerability managers, which allows you to, have less impact through agent scans on the devices, and be also super quick, because basically once it goes out, it will be visible in the Ninja dashboard. And we all know vulnerabilities are exploited very quickly. Like if it can be within a day or so, or within a couple of days. So very critical. Vulnerabilities need to be fixed quickly. So here, I think this real-time assessment is super, super cool. And we offer it in early access now. But I think it goes into GA quite quickly. And of course, we will continue to add more features over time. Last feature, which is also super useful, is the custom color coding. So when you might know here in devices, you've certainly seen this before. You have the health status, and you have here different important events: backup failed, active threat, etc. And you can change the color here. But for condition alerts, you have just one color basically. So I cannot add different before 12.0. I could not add different colors here. Now I can do this, and this is how it looks like in the policy. 1 second, I go into agent policy. And you can see here already the list of conditions with here the respective color that I want to have. And this really allows me to also not flood my dashboard with yellow alerts, things that are not so important. I don't want to have them in yellow. I want to just have them in green. For example, needs a reboot would be an example. Maybe I don't need that. But like the important ones, like BitLocker is off, so this would be a critical one. I think here it is totally justified to show this as a red alert, or the firewall is disabled, the Windows firewall. You can show this as a red alert. It just gives you much better visibility, much better more granularity here to finally for these conditions, and makes the monitoring just much more effective. And so I think that was it for today. Does anyone have a question? A last question, maybe? Let's see. These were all the features. Again, the big ones are IT asset management with lifecycle management, asset relations, and software license management as the 3 major pillars. Then the PSA bundle with billing, with documentation, ticketing, and IT asset management in a bundle. Again, 3 users are for free, 4 managed service providers, so very interesting. These are the major product releases. We took a look at the vulnerability management. We took a look at the backup improvements, ticketing improvements, and of course the network discovery. Definitely one of my favorites is super useful, both for internal IT and for MSPs. So there is a recording. I saw a question now, so you can you get the recording by email in the follow-up. And we have a couple of other webinars coming up on vulnerability management, also with customers that will share their experience in April. We also have an interesting compliance webinar coming up, so watch out for that. And on the compliance webinar, we will also have an external expert joining us. So I think that I hope that will be interesting for everyone. All right, then I wish everyone a fantastic rest of the day and talk to you soon. Bye, guys.